Jones, AT&T Stadium in Lubbock, Texas, where over 60,000 are all set to watch a Big 12 battle as the 15th ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys come into town to take on the undefeated Red Raiders of Texas. Hi everybody, I'm Gus Johnson along with my partner Joe Klatt, and welcome to Lubbock, Texas. And Oklahoma State, they're coming off a disappointing home loss last week to TCU. Mike Gundy said it best. He said we were simply outcoached by TCU. So Mason Rudolph and the Cowboys are going to have to really get it going on offense today.
Well, good thing, because they got one of the best offenses in the entire country. This is a quick strike offense that can do it a couple of different ways through the air. First, they're one of the best deep ball offenses that we have in college football, and it starts with Mason Rudolph's ability to anticipate down the field. James Washington doesn't need to have beaten the defensive back. He can throw it out there anyways. And when you do everything right as a defense, like Pitt does right here, Rudolph still has the ability to escape and then throw it down the field to one of these great wide receivers. This is Marcel Aitman. He goes the distance. So it doesn't matter what you do. You can have a safety deep. You can collapse the pocket. Oklahoma State still has the ability to score. And rest assured, Gus, this offense, they want to get themselves going after being very disappointed in their home stadium a week ago.
Texas Tech beat Houston last week in Houston, snapping their 16-game home winning streak. And the Red Raiders are playing some defense this year, Joe.
I didn't think we would come into Texas Tech and talk about the defense first in my lifetime, but that's what we're going to do. And why? Because they've earned it on the defensive side. It's the biggest difference of this team, and the reason they're undefeated, getting through their very tough non-conference slate undefeated like they have. It's been takeaways, 9 takeaways so far on the year. They're aggressive. They've got 10 transfers in the 2 deep, a new culture, and that new culture has resulted in aggressive play and better tackling on the outside. And rest assured, if this defense can get a stop or 2, guess what they still have? That potent offense, that's right. The Red Raiders can score with anybody in the country with Nik Shimonek, their 5th-year senior quarterback, at the helm.
All right, here come the Red Raiders off that 27-24 win over Houston. So let's go to Jenny Taft, the 3rd member of our crew, who's got the eBay best seat in the house.
Well, Nik Shimonek has been waiting a long time patiently for this shot. It has been a long road for the quarterback. After his first year at Iowa, he made the decision to transfer to Texas Tech. A little bit of a gamble, giving up that scholarship and becoming a walk-on. Along the way, he sat behind 4 different quarterbacks, all of whom went on to be NFL draft picks. He told us he learned something unique from all of them. From Jake Rudolph and Davis Webb, he learned how to prepare. From C.J. Beathard and Patrick Mahomes, he learned how to play with instinct. And as for that long road, he has no regrets. He told us, I learned so much about myself throughout that process, and I'm prepared to do in 1 year what all those guys had a chance to do in multiple years. And let me tell you, he was confident in warm-ups. He had that energy, and Gus, he is prepared and ready to take advantage of this shot.
Thank you very much. And a look at the series history. A series that dates back to 1935. Saddle up, because there have been at least 80 total points scored in each of the last 5 matchups. Oklahoma State won the toss, deferred. Texas Tech to receive. And they'll take a knee and start from the 25-yard line. So Texas Tech with the football, and when the Red Raiders have the ball, Joel, what's the story?
Kiki QT is their best player on the offensive side. He lines up on the interior. He's an inside wide receiver, 148 receiving yards per game, is 2nd in the FBS. He is a knowledgeable player and understands this system. Defensively, for Oklahoma State, their best player is a safety, Trey Flowers, 220 career tackles. He leads the team. He's 3rd in the Big 12. That's the matchup I'm going to be watching all night long. Trey Flowers following Kiki QT around the field.
They compare Kiki QT to Danny Amendola, to Wes Welker, but only they say he has more athletic ability. 1st down and 10 of the 25. And they'll hand it off on 1st down. Stockton running left, and he'll run into a pile after gaining a few yards. Chad Whitener with the tackle.
This offense has been so good for so long, and Nik Shimonek has come in here in this opportunity, like Jenny just spoke about, in his 5th year. 73%, 1,200 yards. He's been playing at a very high level.
Empty backfield for the transfer from Iowa. 2nd down and 8 at the 27. Shimonek to throw it. Drops it off underneath, and it's caught by Kiki QT, and he's dropped immediately by Ramon Richards.
This defense gave up way too many rushing yards last week to TCU, allowed TCU to control the game and the clock the entirety of that contest. They have got a chip on their shoulders. They desperately want to play well tonight.
3rd down, 5 at the 30. Opening series for Texas Tech. Shimonek looking with time, delivers, and it's caught, but not enough for a 1st down as Richards gobbled up Cameron Batson, and Texas Tech will punt it away.
Wow, that's a huge stop, even this early in the game for Oklahoma State. You got the sense coming in, talking to the coaches, that they were looking for their defenses just to give them 1, maybe 2 stops during the course of the day. Cliff Kingsbury sees his offense go 3 and out in their first possession.
Dominic Panazola can punt rugby style or traditional style and can kick with either foot. Here's a rugby kick, end over end. Jalen McCleskey, the deep man, and he has the fair catch at the 31. So Oklahoma State comes on the field for the first time offensively. What's the story when the Pokes have the ball?
We talked about their ability to throw the ball, and that's going to garner all the headlines. But the engine to this offense is Justice Hill in the run game. As a freshman last year, he went for over 1,100 yards. That led the FBS among freshmen. Now, defensively for Texas Tech, it's all about those transfers and new faces. They've got 10 transfers in the 2 deep on that defense, and they're really getting help right down the middle. Defensive tackle, linebacker, and safety led by Dakota Allen.
1st down and 10 at the 32. Mason Rudolph hands it off on 1st down to Justice Hill. And Hill moves forward, gains 6 yards on the play as Dakota Allen comes up with the tackle. And Hill lost his hat, so he'll have to go off the field for at least 1 play.
I would be very aware, if I was Texas Tech, of Oklahoma State trying to take a shot early, trying to rinse that bad taste out of their mouth from a loss a week ago, get this offense going. James Washington, top of your screen.
2nd and 5 at the 37. J.D. King comes in for Justice Hill at running back. Play fake. Rudolph steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle, and this one is caught by McCleskey. And he'll rumble up to the 42-yard line before being knocked out of bounds.
Good play action fake from Mason Rudolph. Steps up in the pocket. Just an accurate ball. Allows his wide receiver to run after the catch.
And they'll hand it off to King. King with running room. Pushes the pile forward on 1st down. Gains about 7.5 as Dakota Allen stops him. Big 12 football, they play fast. 2nd and 3 at the 35. Rudolph running. Picks up the 1st down and more, and he'll slide down at the 23. DeMarcus Fields there to stop him.
Story to follow also today. Zach Crabtree, he's got turf toe. He's the right tackle. He's given it a go. Did not play last week against TCU.
1st and 10. Rudolph sidelines. Caught. Washington out of bounds at the 15.
The pace of this offense, there is just no way to recreate, as there you see Crabtree suffering from a turf toe injury. He suffered against Pitt, did not play last week against TCU. Going to give it a go. And that, Gus, that is one of the most painful injuries. It doesn't sound like
you had that injury, Joel.
I had it. It is awful. Absolutely awful. But Crabtree's out there and playing well so far here in the first series.
Hill back in the game at running back, 2nd and 1. Opening series for Oklahoma State. They started at their own 32. Hill running left, cuts it inside, and a 1st down. Jordan Brooks with the tackle.
This offensive line playing well early, winning the line of scrimmage and allowing Oklahoma State to move the ball, just running the ball.
1st and 10. Hill, no, over the middle. Rudolph, touchdown, Washington. Just like that, Oklahoma State marches it right down the field. Washington with the score as the Cowboys go 7 plays, 68 yards, and they score on their opening drive.
I mean, you want to talk about a series of precision and efficiency. This is this offense working on all cylinders. Mason Rudolph, great fake there. It's an RPO run-pass option. The linebacker closes down, and he throws a bullet to James Washington for the touchdown.
Matt Amendola comes in for the extra point. And it's good. Oklahoma State goes 7 plays, covering 68 yards. They score in less than 2 minutes, 153. Rudolph 3 for 3 on the drive for 44 yards. And the touchdown to his main man, James Washington, 7-zip. The Oklahoma State Cowboys, led by Mason Rudolph and that man, James Washington. Washington against Tech in 3 games. Coming into this one, he'd scored 5 long touchdowns, 33, 39, 75, 73, and 82 yards. He got one on the opening series, and the Cowboys now lead it. Let's see how Tech responds. QT brings it out of the end zone. Still running, and goes out of bounds at the 20. Shimonek to throw on first down, near side, caught, and dropped. Cantrell just couldn't hold on. Ball raked out of his hands.
Dylan Cantrell, senior, he's a team captain, runs a good route, and the ball is on the money. That ball's got to be caught. Everything from Shimonek's perspective was perfect. Ball right on his chest. Cantrell knows it.
A.J. Green defensively for Oklahoma State. 2nd down and 10 of the 35. Shimonek off his back foot and incomplete. Ball intended for Willies, thrown a little long. Rodarius Williams in coverage for OK State.
You know, Texas Tech is moving a little bit more methodically on offense. I think they're trying to at least take a page out of TCU's playbook from a week ago. TCU held the ball for 39 minutes, and Cliff Kingsbury understands that part of his best defense is going to be to keep Mason Rudolph on the opposing sideline.
3rd down and 10 of the 35. But the question is that messing up their rhythm, Joe?
Yeah, it seems to right now, certainly.
Here's Shimonek. Under pressure, dances out of the pocket, looking, fires over the middle. Incomplete. Dangerous pass intended for QT. And once again, Texas Tech will have to punt it away.
Outstanding job by this defense. Shimonek, he had QT open, but because of the pressure and him having to roll right with a player right in his face, he had to lob that ball towards the middle of the field. QT could just not bring it down, and Oklahoma State has forced another punt, their 2nd of the night.
Jalen McCleskey, the deep man, as Texas Tech punts it away from the 20. And it will be downed at the 30-yard line.
I tell you what, these big games at night in Lubbock, some of the better environments in college football. Cliff Kingsbury knows it, and we've been enjoying it here for the last couple of days.
1st down and 10. Pump fake. Rudolph over the middle. Oh, caught! Watch out! Brown! And he's all the way down to the Texas Tech 30-yard line. Keenan Brown.
Keenan Brown's going to come from the backfield, and watch Mason Rudolph. He's going to pump to the left, and then he gets the hole down the middle of the field, finds it for the big gain.
And that is a gain of 37 yards sideline. And it's Washington. He's close to a 1st down. A lot of people compare Mason Rudolph, Joel, to Ben Roethlisberger. He's a big man at 6'5".
Well, 6'5" and 230, and he kind of moves like that, can buy time in the pocket. He's very accurate down the field as well.
As they run it, Hill. And at the beginning of the season, Joel, Rudolph was one of your favorites to win the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, you know, he was my pick, and he still might go on to win that trophy. But I got to tell you, it's born out of a couple of things. When you're the favorite going into the season, like Sam Darnold, all anyone loves to do is take shots at you. And so a lot of times they'll just try to tear you down. Darnold clearly hasn't played maybe up to his potential. He's got 8 interceptions on the year, and it's usually a guy like Rudolph, a little off the radar, Gus, that can climb up and win that award.
They hand it off to Hill. USC falling to Washington State last night. And Mike Leach, the head coach of Washington State, very familiar around these parts and love it.
Well, he had so much success here, you know, brought that air raid offense here that has become the identity of the program. Cliff Kingsbury has obviously continued that tradition and that identity on the offensive side. And here on the defensive side, though, they've got to start finding some answers to try to slow down this high-powered Cowboy offense.
2nd down and 8 at the 18. Rudolph with time. Delivery. Picked off! They're slowing him down right now, Joe Clapp. DeMarcus Fields down the sideline. Touchdown! Red Raiders! 97 yards! They're playing some defense this year, folks, and love it.
Rudolph is going to overthrow his wide receiver. He's trying to throw the out route right there to Jalen McCleskey. It's just too high, and a great play by DeMarcus Fields, the redshirt freshman. Takes it all the way back to the house. They needed that desperately. What a huge play from Fields.
Texas Tech forced 5 turnovers at Houston last week. They now have 10 on the season, ranked 13th in the nation. Extra point, good. We're level at 7. Big 12 football on Fox, folks. The Red Raiders, same uniforms, different dudes. Texas Tech with a pick 6. David Gibbs has done an excellent job with this defense.
David Gibbs, defensive coordinator. It's his 3rd year at Tech. A lot of people thought Cliff Kingsbury would and maybe should have changed at the coordinator position this offseason. He stuck with Gibbs, and it's paid huge dividends. They've had a plan. They brought in a lot of new faces. Like I said earlier, 10 transfers in the 2 deep. They're much better right down the middle of their defense. More in particular, Gus, they're getting takeaways, and they got one there.
Johnson, the deep man. He'll start inside his own 5. And Johnson hits the sideline quickly. Finally forced out of bounds after a solid return. 1st down, Oklahoma State. Rudolph on the play fake. Sets up over the middle. Caught and moving is Stoner. Dylan Stoner, the redshirt freshman, stopped by Vontae Dorsey.
This guy is just emerging in this offense. As David Gibbs is allowing that to happen. Let's continue to take it.
1st down and goal at the 8. Justice Hill. The deep man in the backfield. They'll give it to him. Cuts it back inside, trying to bounce it out and drag down from behind. Douglas Coleman, the 3rd, the sophomore. Zachary, Louisiana.
We've talked about the turnovers being a big difference for Texas Tech. And the open field tackling, that's also been a huge difference.
Rudolph, play fake, looks in the end zone. Incomplete. And no flag on the play. Intended for Chris Lacey. Defensively, Jalen Lane was there.
Lane, another one of these transfers, and he may have gotten away with a little contact there, pulling Lacey to the ground. But as it stands, no call, and Texas Tech with an opportunity to force a kick from the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
3rd down, goal at the 6. Forcing a kick in the Big 12 is like winning a battle. Rudolph will throw it into pressure, and it'll go down. Great coverage. Tremendous pressure by Texas Tech. Jordan Brooks, first man to it.
Rudolph was not looking over to his right. What happened is he's going to get pressure along the left side. He had Washington if he gets him right there, but he had to move off of his spot like you've been talking about, Gus, and they bring him down to the ground.
So Matt Amendola last week against TCU, he made his only field goal, a 29-yarder. On the season, he's 5 for 7. This one from 22 yards away. And he blew it.
music to Cliff Kingsbury's ears.
Off the upright, Texas Tech says no go. And the Red Raiders will get the ball in their own territory. Coach Gibbs, my guys are playing for me.
What a great stop there. First and goal with that offense on the other side. It started well on first down with a tackle in space. I told you that was one of the biggest differences with this defense, and that's what David Gibbs talked to us about, Cliff Kingsbury talked to us about, their ability to take the ball away and tackle in space, and it pays huge dividends here on 2 of the first 3 series.
Shimonek looking, fires it deep, wide open, caught, QT out of bounds, 54 yards.
And on that play, they used the tempo after the first down. QT from the slot runs right by the defense. Beautiful ball from Shimonek down the field. And that's more the style of Red Raider offense that we're used to seeing.
So first down and 20 at the 23. And they'll pitch it to Stockton, near side. And Stockton will go down inside the 20. Jordan Brailford with the tackle, number 94.
You mentioned Mike Leach. You know, that's really the pure air raid system, and there's not a lot of formations, not a lot of personnel groups. But Cliff Kingsbury has that NFL background, and he'll go visit New England and New Orleans and get some of those NFL-style personnel groups and formations, and that's what you try. That's what you saw them trying to do there in the last couple of plays.
2nd and 17. Shimonek over the middle, and this ball is caught by Cantrell, and that probably will signal the end of the first quarter after the 10-yard gain. Coming up for Texas Tech, 3rd and 7. 7-7 our score. Game tied at 7. Texas Tech threatening deep in Oklahoma State territory. Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt. This isn't what we normally see here in the Big 12.
Yeah, there's been a lot of differences from my previous times here at Texas Tech. And this, you got to give Texas Tech a lot of credit. Defensively, they've showed up. They've made a couple of stops on very good Oklahoma State drives, and now threatening here to take the lead to begin the second.
3rd down, and they call it 8 at the 11-yard line. Shimonek to throw it. Lobs it in the corner. And incomplete, but a flag on the play. Ball intended for T.J. Vasher, and it looks like A.J. Green will be called for interference.
And this was a 100% jump ball, and the hands all over the wide receiver from A.J. Green. Easy call from the official.
So a first down for Tech as they spot the ball at the Cowboy 2.
They've actually recruited some bigger running backs, Gus, and they're in the game now. Nisby runs 235 pounds.
Mason Reed is 220. Nisby straight ahead, nothing. As a matter of fact, he'll be dropped for a loss.
Nisby, the ball carrier.
And on the bottom of the pile, Edison Magruder.
Number 3, Edison Magruder.
Magruder did an excellent job there, and really when it comes down to playing inside the 5-yard line, it's all about which offensive line or defensive line can get lower than the other, and Oklahoma State won that battle.
2nd down and goal to the 3. Nisby remains in the game. Shimonek sprints out of the pocket, throws in a move, touchdown, Cantrell. I saw Aaron Rodgers hit Jordy Nelson on a play like that this week against the Bears.
It's almost impossible to stop. Watch this route. He fakes like he's running the fade. He even gives the head back, and you're just in no man's land from a defensive back standpoint. A.J. Green cannot recover. That's what you get when you've got veteran wide receivers, is you can run those more intricate routes inside the 5, and the captain, Dylan Cantrell, finds himself in the end zone.
So Texas Tech responding after Oklahoma State scored on their opening drive. As Michael Barker comes in to attempt the extra point, and it's good. 14-7 Tech. As you take a look at the scoring drive for Texas Tech, 8 plays covering 88 yards. They scored 4-16. Johnson, the deep man, and he'll let that one sail over his head for a touchback. First down at the 37. Hill trying to get downhill. He will not, as Washington. Roderick Washington makes the tackle.
Middle of the Tech defense much better than a year ago. Run only goes for 4 yards.
2nd and 6. Rudolph to throw it. Looks the other side. High ball caught out of bounds. Lacey makes the grab and picks up another first.
You know, the risk here for a quarterback, in particular a guy who's come back for his senior year just to win championships, is to try to do too much here. He's got to stay within the framework of the offense.
First down to the 48.
When you try to do too much, because that's when turnovers pop up. You can sail a ball over somebody's head and it can get picked off.
Rudolph, once again, McCleskey. And McCleskey knocked out of bounds by Vontae Dorsey.
I mean, check out Dorsey. He's all the way back from his safety position, and he just takes off like a bullet after the throw, and he makes the play for a 2-yard gain. That is just excellent play. Head is on the correct side, sideline side of McCleskey, and he gets him down to the ground.
2nd and 8 at midfield. Play fake. Rudolph looking. Caught. Washington again. James Washington down inside the Texas Tech 20-yard line. Dorsey makes the tackle.
When Tech has had success defensively, they've gotten to Mason Rudolph, made him move around in the pocket. That time he was completely clean.
30-yard gain. 1st and goal at the 9. Hill following his block. Gets it outside, turns the corner, and goes down inside the 5. Tripped up by Jordan Brooks.
That run game is so important to Oklahoma State because everything comes off of that. Whenever they're trying to fake that run and get the linebackers to bite and then throw behind them, guys like James Washington, but that becomes much more difficult here at the 5-yard line.
2nd and goal at the 5. Rudolph to throw it. Looking. In the end zone, touchdown. Texas Tech, as Justice Hill found a soft spot. Excuse me, Oklahoma State.
That was a great job by Mason Rudolph, buying time, getting himself free outside of the pocket to the right, and then Justice Hill just continued to fight. He's here in pass protection, and then he's going to get out into the route, and watch as he finds the open spot. Defender falls down, and Rudolph is able to find him. That's a great series. That's a great answer from Oklahoma State, and really the mark of a true veteran team, which this Cowboy team is.
Extra point, Amendola, good. 14-14. 9:41 to play, 2nd quarter. Texas Tech, Oklahoma State. 14-14. OK State ranked 15th in the nation against the undefeated Red Raiders of Texas Tech. That's Hill, the beneficiary of another nice pass by Mason Rudolph. Look at the drive, 11 plays, 75 yards. 4:33 in time of possession.
Yeah, more importantly, a great answer. Texas Tech came storming back that pick 6. Good offensive series. Mason Rudolph calmed the Cowboys down with a terrific series of his own.
Amendola will send it away. Kiki QT back deep. And they'll start from the 10. Not a lot of running room. Nice special teams play by Oklahoma State. So first down to the 30-yard line for the Red Raiders. QT on the reverse. Got a block. Hits the sideline quickly and steps out of bounds at the 41 in front of Trey Flowers.
Boy, this kid's explosive, isn't he? He's got that quickness, that burst. QT, he's got a great understanding of this offense, and he's got it in several different facets, whether he's running the football or down the field, exploiting the green grass and the space in the secondary.
A gain of 11, first down at the 41. Hand it off straight ahead to King. And he'll be bottled up and taken down after a gain of about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. Neely Levini with the tackle. Play fake. Out wide, QT. And a great open field tackle by Ramon Richards.
Now, this is a great play. Here's Richards, and he's just going to come flying up from kind of his safety position. He reads it beautifully, and then the wide receivers get stuck. That is a missed assignment up front. 2 Red Raiders blocking 1 Oklahoma State Cowboy, and Ramon Richards, he's the beneficiary and gets the ball carried to the ground.
That's a loss of 6, 3rd and 14 at the 37. QT in the slot, bottom of your screen, number 2. Shimonek in trouble. Shimonek breaks a tackle, just gets rid of it out of bounds. And Texas Tech will have to punt it away. Brailford in the backfield for the Cowboys.
Great aggressive series for Oklahoma State. And that defense needed it. That last series, Texas Tech was able to go right down the field, and got to credit that defensive line. Tech was unable to run the ball in that series. Ramon Richards gets a big stop and then a 3rd down stop as well.
3rd punt of the game for Dominic Panazola. Jalen McCleskey is the deep man. McCleskey gets away from it, takes a bounce, goes out of bounds inside the 20. And that's where Mason Rudolph and the Cowboy offense will start. 7:02 second quarter, 14-14. Dakota Allen, such an interesting story, JK.
Well, he's probably the most famous person in the entire stadium. Sorry, Gus, but he is, because of Last Chance U. He goes down to East Mississippi Community College, gets the job done there last year.
Rudolph. Oh, what a strike he throws after being under serious pressure. Marcel Aitman with the catch, a gain of 30.
Tony Jones had Rudolph dead to rights in the backfield, and that's why they compare him to Ben Roethlisberger, because he is so big, tough to bring down, and he can stand his ground.
On first down, here's the handoff to Hill, and he'll get close to the first down. Looks like he has it. Dakota Allen with the tackle.
This offense is just relentless, where they're running the ball, they're throwing the ball. There's so many weapons, and they operate with such great pace.
2nd and 1. Hill, first down and more. Hill still running, breaking tackles. Justice Hill slicing through the Tech defense for a 25-yard gain.
Yeah, you got to love Britton Abbott, because he's the lead blocker. He's going to go up there, and he's actually going to take over for the defensive lineman, and he gets that seal that allows Hill to take off up the middle of the field.
First down, Rudolph again to Hill. Spinning. Great balance, and he'll be knocked backwards. Eli Howard defensively for Tech.
It's run, 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 and you watch, all of a sudden, Mason Rudolph's going to get that same fake. It's going to be the same thing as Lundblade is slow getting up the offensive lineman, the center, senior from Argyle, Texas. But Rudolph is going to fake that run, and then boom.
2nd and 6 at the 21. Rudolph, delayed handoff. Hill looking for a hole, finds one. And crashes forward. Dakota Allen with the stick after a 4-yard gain.
Good vision from Hill.
3rd and 2. Rudolph over the middle. Caught. First down. Aitman at the 5.
That's the exact action I was talking about. Fake the run. You get one of those slant passes, a crossing route right behind the linebackers, and that's an easy completion.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Rudolph steps up, looking, dancing, in the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Wide open, Jalen McCleskey. Great improvisation by Mason Rudolph. And Oklahoma State takes a 20-14 lead. 3 touchdowns already.
I thought Rudolph missed him early because McCleskey was wide open. Watch him run this corner route from the inside position, and he's totally lost. I mean, he is alone right here. I thought the ball's going to come out. It's a touchdown. Rudolph takes his eyes down, finds some time, and then ultimately comes back to McCleskey on a clear breakdown from that Red Raider defense.
Extra point up and good. Amendola, 3 touchdown passes in the first half for Mason Rudolph. Cliff Kingsbury and the Red Raiders down by 7. 21-14 Oklahoma State. Let's go downstairs to Jenny Tabb with an injury update.
Yeah, guys, quick update on center Brad Lundblade. So he has had his left foot being examined. It is getting retaped, but Mason Rudolph came over to him and he said, "How you doing?" He said, "I don't know how bad it is, but I want to get back out there." And guys, right now he's getting set. He's going to give it a go.
Mason Rudolph, what a first half. 18 of 22, 252 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception in less than 2 quarters. Remember, he threw for 423 in the first half against Pitt.
So you're telling me tonight's just average?
And may have a big, big game ahead of him. And this is QT. QT to the 30. And QT knocked out of bounds at the 33. Amendola, the kicker, with the tackle. First and 10 at the 38. Stockton, King in the backfield. And they'll give it to Stockton. Stockton gains about 1.5 yards. Stopped by Akim.
I think that they need to find some tempo here, even with 3:22 left in the half. I know you don't want to give the ball back to Oklahoma State too quickly, but that's when they've been effective in this first half, Gus, is when they've been moving with tempo, getting their wide receivers out quickly.
Second down at 8 at the 40. And they'll pass it back. Shimonek throws it deep. Stockton over the shoulder, caught inside the 40. 22-yard pickup.
You talk about pulling all the stops out. It's the reverse pass, double pass back. I mean, what are we doing here? He's throwing it back, and Shimonek puts a perfect ball out there to Cameron Batson, who hauls it in over his shoulder.
First down. Nisby. Ooh, great tackle. A.J. Green. The right corner comes up and makes a hit, and he's hurt.
Green, sophomore, he's going to try to head out there. Probably would have been better for his defense if he would have just gone down.
Shimonek steps up underneath. Caught. Batson gets a block down the sideline and out of bounds at the 9. QT delivered a terrific block.
And, you know, he was just cautious enough not to go up high. Watch Kiki QT, and he kind of pulls up, and he goes down into the chest of Phillips. That's an excellent job. In this day and age of those targeting fouls, in particular when you're cracking back as a player, I thought QT did a great job.
1 timeout left for Texas Tech. Stockton motions across. They give it to him. Tries to turn the corner. Dives. And out of bounds at about the 1.5.
Well, the guy that just made the mistake, Baker, makes a great play. He's the one that finally gets to him and just pushes him enough to get him out of bounds. Boy, that was close. His foot's in. Did that ball? That's a tough call.
Cameraman really went down hard on that play.
Our guys do an amazing job down there, bringing you the shots every single Saturday night.
Shimonek to throw it. Incomplete. Wow. Willies. It hit him on the chest, but he has 2 seconds remaining. And now the field goal team comes on.
And that's a huge stop for Adrian Baker, the one who committed the pass interference that created the 1st and goal. He makes the tackle on the previous play, gets away with a little contact, and just got that right hand in there. What an excellent couple of plays for Adrian Baker. Grad transfer from Clemson, missed all of the 2016 season due to injury. Comes up with a couple of huge plays there for the Cowboys.
From 24 yards away for Barton. And it's good. And that'll take us to the end of the first half. Oklahoma State leads at 21-17. The Cowboys will have the football to start the second half. Right now, we'll send you to Rob Stone in Los Angeles. Welcome back to Lubbock, Texas, as we prepare for the second half. Oklahoma State with a 21-17 lead over the undefeated Texas Tech Red Raiders. Gus Johnson, along with my partner Joel Klatt. I thought that was an entertaining first half of football.
It was, man. I got to tell you, and I think Texas Tech's probably fortunate to be in a game where it's it's just within a score because of the two mistakes from Oklahoma State. Because their offense never got going. Only 172 total yards in that first half, and they were not able to do anything on the ground. That one turnover, that was a big one, and why we've got a game here on the West Plains.
All right, so we're ready to start the second half. Oklahoma State won the opening toss, deferred, so they will receive the football to start the second half. Michael Barton will send it away. Mason Rudolph ready to come back on the field. Tyron Johnson back deep for the Cowboys. Here we go. Second half starting, and this one will head out of the end zone. Let's check in with Jenny Taft.
Well, Gus, yeah, we got two high-powered offenses here tonight, but both coaches wanted to talk to me first about their defense. With Coach Gundy, he said, we're playing well. We are tackling better. That was a point of emphasis. I wanted to make sure we did it tonight. Yeah, we made a little mistake there. And with Mason Rudolph, I'm not worried about that pick six because he rebounded well with Cliff Kingsbury. He said, our defense came up huge offensively. No more mistakes. We got to finish this one out.
All right, thank you very much, Jenny. First down and 10 of the 25 for Rudolph and the Cowboy offense. Justice Hill in the backfield. Play fake. Rudolph sets up, goes deep, looking. Incomplete. Washington looks like he had it. DeMarcus Fields, the redshirt freshman, covering.
That is great coverage. One of the things Washington does on these deep balls is watch how late he puts his hands up. Wow. And it makes it so difficult to defend. And that ball is on the money. I mean, he's got to catch that. I thought that was great coverage, as if Fields was able to get a hand in there, but he didn't. Washington just let that one go right through his hands.
Remember, Fields had the pick six, second and 10. Delayed handoff. Hill. And he'll pick up a first down.
Boy, Hill
be close to it.
Is explosive, Gus, isn't he? I mean, he's got that burst to him. He can start from zero. He's got a 41-inch vertical leap, just to show you how explosive this guy is.
Led all freshmen in FBS last year in rushing. Rudolph over the middle, and Aitman just plucks it out of the air and picks up a first down.
Texas Tech was trying to get a pressure there. Jordan Brooks was in the face of Mason Rudolph, but it didn't faze him at all. Stepped into the throw, delivered a beauty down the field.
Gain of 19, first down to the 46. Rudolph, sideline, knocked away, almost picked off by Dakota Allen.
Boy, that was eerily similar to a play a week ago in the first series of the game. Dakota Allen, who's there at your linebacker spot, he's going to come over, read the eyes of the quarterback. He had an interception against Houston in a play that was almost identical to that, and that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage by Tony Jones. 6'2", 225, got up in the air.
Second and 10. Hill. Still moving. Hill breaking tackles. Hill bursting through. Justice Hill. Finally stopped by Jones and Dorsey. But another huge gain to the Cowboys' run game. That time 17.
Yeah, missed tackles by the linebackers lead to the big play and the move of the chains.
Opening series of the second half for Oklahoma State. This drive started at the 25. J.D. King in at running back. And Rudolph runs it, fooled everybody. Touchdown, Pokes. Mason Rudolph.
Check out the vision of all the players on defense going this way. Mason Rudolph, easy run for a touchdown. Gets the fake. They all go over to the right side, and there is nothing but turf and the end zone in front of Mason Rudolph.
Fourth rushing touchdown of the year for Rudolph. Oklahoma State off to a great start here in the second half. Extra point, good. 28-17. Coming up, Texas Tech will get a shot. Rudolph showing his legs for the big man. We've got our first two-score lead of the game as Mason Rudolph and the Cowboys make it a 28-17 game. 8 plays, 75 yards on their opening series of the second half. 8-yard run by Rudolph.
And the big play there was what looked like initially a third down stop, turned into a defensive hold, kept the series alive, and the Cowboys were able to capitalize.
QT rather back deep. And this one kicked short and will be fielded at the 22-yard line. First down and 10 to the 27. Shimonek rolling and is sacked on his first play of the second half to Quentin Osborne, the redshirt senior from Grand Prairie, Texas.
Came to Oklahoma State as a junior college transfer, and Glenn Spencer, the defensive coordinator, loves Quentin Osborne. Glenn Spencer, he's right here in your screen. He's done a great job tonight of forcing Nik Shimonek to have pressure right in his face.
Second down and 22 at the 15. Loss of 12 in the last play. Play fake. Shimonek lines up, down the field, caught QT. But now they rule it incomplete. He lost it on the way down, and he got drilled.
Trey Flowers was the one that came over and hit Kiki QT. 31 is Trey Flowers, and he gets him right there, right where the ball, and it definitely comes loose. Boy, great route, pretty good throw by Shimonek, and QT was just not able to hang on after the big hit from Trey Flowers, who runs 6'3", 200 pounds, one of the bigger safeties in the country.
Third and 22. Shimonek drops it off, Stockton. And Stockton tracked down from behind. He gets to the 20. Short of the first down to Texas Tech. Unable to get into a rhythm to start the second half, and they'll punt it away.
Boy, this Oklahoma State defense, they have played night and day better than what they played a week ago against TCU, and it starts with their run defense. It starts with first down. That's what Cliff Kingsbury is dealing with. He has been unable to get any rhythm because they've constantly been second and third and long situations.
Fourth punt for Texas Tech. McCleskey, the deep man, blocked and out of bounds. Devin Harper got a hand on it.
Well, if you're going to have that rugby style of punt, you've got to close the gap between the deep men, and the gap never gets closed. And you see right there, he just jumps right into the leg of the punter, blocks it, and he was basically untouched the entire time. Colin Hill is a defensive outside linebacker. He was the one, the up man, that didn't squeeze down that gap and block Harper in front of the punter.
So Oklahoma State has a first down and goal at the Texas Tech 9. Rudolph. And it's complete, intended for Washington.
This just shows you how explosive this team is. Oklahoma State, you got to play such a clean, nearly perfect game. TCU will attest to that. They got a lot of breaks in that game a week ago. Oklahoma State still came back, made that a game. It was a 6-point game late in the fourth quarter. Oklahoma State was unable to complete the comeback, but boy, this team is just explosive. Every area of the game, they can hurt you.
Second down and goal at the 9. Hill follows his block, and he'll get to the 5. Or make it the 4. Texas Tech desperately needs to keep Oklahoma State out of the end zone for 6 points.
They got to force a kick here. And because of that, you're going to get one-on-ones on the outside. Kingsbury and David Gibbs, the defensive coordinator, are going to have to commit all the resources to stopping the run. In particular, now that Oklahoma State has shown the willingness to run Mason Rudolph down in the red zone, which he did in the last series for a touchdown.
3rd down and goal at the 4. Rudolph to throw it, steps up in the pocket and goes down behind the line of scrimmage. Texas Tech's defense, terrific job, Eli Howard. And they'll force a kick.
Well, this is what you got. I told you before the snap, they had to go man-to-man, and the coverage was very good. It allows the rush to get to Mason Rudolph. There was nowhere to go with the ball quickly, and that stunt, the defensive end coming all the way around the edge. Eli Howard's able to get home. Another one of those transfers. He came in from North Texas.
Remember, Amendola missed his only kick, a 22-yarder. This is from 22 yards again. And this time he's perfect.
Amendola's field goal is good.
Under 10 minutes to play, 3rd quarter, 31-17. Welcome back to Jones AT&T Stadium here in Lubbock. Over 60,000 fans came to watch this one. A sellout crowd, 6901, the 5th largest crowd in the program's history. And they are watching Oklahoma State take control of this football game now. Start to go fast as QT comes back on the field.
That's when they were effective in the first half, and QT is the one that took that big hit from Flowers on the previous series, and looks like he's going to be coming back in the game.
Once again, they kick it short, and Tech will get the football around the 27-yard line. 1st down and 10 to the 46 after the pass interference penalty. Play fake, Shimonek delivers, caught, out of bounds, big play as Batson was open. Texas Tech picks up 26.
I mean, that was a big league throw right there. I mean, that was on a line, driven into the intermediate zones, and it was on the money. Wide receiver did not break stride at all.
Shimonek listed at 6'3". That's in the motion man. They give it to him around the corner with a blocker. 1st down. Out of bounds inside the 5. Justin Phillips knocks him out of play. But now we're seeing that Texas Tech tempo on offense.
That's right. And they're getting more rhythm. You can tell all of their players just used to playing this fast.
1st and goal to the 3. King. He'll go down at the 2.
Well, this is the situation they were in right before the half. They had to settle for a field goal because they could not run the ball at the interior of that Oklahoma State defensive line and run for a touchdown. They're having to be creative, throw those one-on-one routes on the outside, and now they're going to go big. Cliff Kingsbury is going to accept the challenge. He's sending in 2 extra offensive linemen and both big running backs, Antoine Wesley as well as Nisby.
2nd and goal to the 2. Shimonek, Nisby, stood up and drilled to the ground. Terrific job by this Oklahoma State defense.
That is an amazing play. Down low, hard to tell what number that is. Looks like big number 90.
And that would be Taj Bakari. 3rd down goal at the 3. Shimonek delivers, caught, incomplete, dropped by Batson. And that brings up 4th down and goal. Do you go for it, Hindrell?
Yeah, you have to, in particular with the way Oklahoma State is playing offensively, the way Tech has played defensively in the 2nd quarter, and then here in the 2nd half. Wide open, ball is on him, probably should have been caught from Cameron Batson. It looks like they're actually going to send the field goal unit out there. I disagree with this. This is not a game that you're going to go out there and get a couple of stops and get yourself back in. I think they're going to have to score their way back into this ball game. If I was Oklahoma State, I would not rush at all. I would be ready for a fake.
Now it will be from 26 yards away for Barden. And it's good. So Tech settles for 3. 31-20, 6:18 to play, third quarter. (31-20), Oklahoma State on top of Texas Tech here in the third quarter. As you take a look at the drive, as the Red Raiders get the 3 points. They've stalled in terms of scoring touchdowns twice inside the 5.
You know, in the first half, I liked kicking the field goal. They drew 21-17 going into half. You get that positive momentum of the points. On that last series, I thought Cliff Kingsbury should have gone for it. And with Mason Rudolph sitting over there, you just don't know how many chances or how many times you're going to be able to stop them. You know, they might be able to stop him one more time during the course of the game. So then it becomes just a points per possession deal, and you got to score touchdowns on a series where you got first and goal inside the 5.
Texas Tech with no touchdowns since the first minute of the second quarter. First down and 10 of the 48. Hill breaks it back, finds a lane, burst of speed, Justice Hill. Prior to that carry, 23 attempts, 127 yards. He's adding to those numbers now.
A great cutback there, and the vision to find that backside lane as all the Texas Tech defenders had kind of raced themselves over to the left side of the defense. Contain was not there back on the right side, and Hill found the crease in a big game.
Justice, only a sophomore from Tulsa, out of the legendary Booker T. Washington High School. First and 10 of the 31. And they'll run the reverse. It's Johnson. Tyron Johnson, the LSU transfer, they say has unlimited talent. Gotten into a little trouble, but they're working him in. First down and 10 of the 19. And they'll hand it off J.D. King. Now Oklahoma State starting to establish the run here in the third quarter with only under 5 minutes to go. Tony Jones with the tackle. Hill back in. Hill. He'll get close to the 10.
But a pretty good stop. And at least forcing a third down opportunity where Texas Tech has a chance to force another kick. In these situations, Texas Tech has committed all of their resources to stopping the run and played straight man-to-man on the outside, and that's how they'll line up again.
Third down and 3 at the 12. Play fake. Rudolph rolling, looking. Rudolph will not get there. Jordan Brooks stops him short of the first down marker. That makes it 4th and 1.
Yeah, what a great play by Jordan Brooks. So he's in the middle as a linebacker. He comes out. Now it's a one-on-one situation, and he's able to just get that right leg enough to force Rudolph down before the line to gain and force this kick. That's an excellent job by this Texas Tech defense and one of their young stars, sophomore Jordan Brooks.
So Matt Amendola, who missed a 22-yarder, made a 22-yarder. Into attempt one from 27 yards away. And it's perfect. Oklahoma State makes it a 34-20 ball game. As the Cowboys will send it away. Texas Tech starts from the 5-yard line. Douglas Coleman still running, and Coleman all the way up to the 31. Texas Tech with 221 total yards. The last time they were held under 300, 2011, by these Oklahoma State Cowboys. Shimonek. Caught. Cantrell. with room. And he'll get up to the 50. But Darius Williams brings him down after the 21-yard gain. Shimonek, near side, caught, Willies. And he'll pick up a few before being brought down. Justin Phillips, with Darius Williams.
Well, they're going to have to air it out now. I mean, there's a lot of time left, and they certainly can move fast. They can put up a lot of points. They can put up a lot of yards. They have not been able to do that tonight. A lot of credit goes to that Oklahoma State defense, and particularly that defensive line. But now it's going to be kind of a Nik Shimonek show, trying to exploit this secondary.
2nd and 8. Shimonek underneath, caught. And it's Antoine Wesley, the sophomore from Cibolo, Texas, with the grab, a gain of 7. 3rd and 1. Underneath, Cantrell, first down and even more as he crashes his way forward. Edison Magruder with the tackle along with Bundage, an 11-yard pickup.
And this is Texas Tech, Gus, going fast.
Shimonek, pump fake, delivers, caught again. Batson still on his feet. And he'll go down at the 15.
Just a great little concept where they faked that bubble screen. They've thrown about 3 of them during the course of this series. Shimonek gave a big ball fake. Batson snuck in behind the defense, and he was wide open for a completion from Shimonek and moving the chains.
First down at the Cowboy 15. Stockton King line up in the backfield. Shimonek over the middle. Caught. Touchdown. Tech. Or do they give it to him? Willies. Yes.
What a throw and catch. This is a tight window. Willies goes out there, catches it with his hands, and that elbow was down, but I think that ball had crossed the goal line in time for the touchdown. That's an excellent series there from Texas Tech. And really for the first time all night long, Gus, that looked like Texas Tech, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Remember, Shimonek is big, 6'3", 225. First down and goal at the 1. He runs it, but won't get in. Trey Flowers grabs Shimonek and brings him down.
You know, this is almost an automatic for a team that takes a snap from under the center to just at least try a quarterback sneak, especially with a guy of this size, 6'3", 225 pounds. But because they're uncomfortable with that in these type of short yardage situations, then it becomes snapping the ball back, and they've got to run a play and get the fake. And now they're going to have to think about it a little bit more as we've reached the end of the 3rd.
End of the 3rd quarter in Lubbock. Oklahoma State with a 34-20 lead. Start of the 4th quarter. Oklahoma State scoring 13 in the 3rd, only 3 for the Red Raiders, 34-20. But Texas Tech knocking on the door right now. 2nd and goal at the 1. But can they figure out a formula to get 6? It's been a problem. Shimonek this time under center. He's 6'3", 225. They pitch it. Stockton to the corner. Touchdown. He hit the pylon this time. Extra point. Good for Barton. 7-point game. Start of the 4th quarter. 8-play, 70-yard drive for the Red Raiders, eating up 3:02.
Yeah, good tempo from the Red Raiders there, Gus. They looked like themselves, got the ball out quick. Shimonek looked like he was in great rhythm, and because of the penalty on that touchdown, they'll kick this ball off from the 50-yard line.
Back to a 1-score game. Barton will kick it off from midfield. Johnson back deep. kick, loose. Oklahoma State had it first. Texas Tech says they have it.
What a gutsy call from Cliff Kingsbury.
And they do! Red Raiders!
Looked like two Oklahoma State players actually hit it out of their own hands. And then it becomes the scrum, and Texas Tech wins it.
Kevin Moore looked like number 26, ended up with the football.
What a play. What a play. Was not expecting that at all, but coming from the 50-yard line, it wasn't going to be all that much of a swing. Let's say Oklahoma State recovers it. The ball's still at the 35. And so because of that field position and the penalty, he goes with the onside kick. It pays off. And now Texas Tech in business, just down a score.
With the football. First down and 10 of the 37. Batson in motion. Stockton straight ahead. It'll gain a yard.
They've had nowhere to go with that run game. That Oklahoma State defensive front has done a tremendous job up there, winning the line of scrimmage, not allowed them to get loose at all rushing the football. That's the 21st rush for Texas Tech. They've run for 1.5 yards per carry.
Second and 9 to the 36. 4 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Quarterback draw, running room, Shimonek, first down, even more, and he goes down, close to the 20, a 14-yard gain.
Just 4 players for Oklahoma State and the entire defensive front, so as soon as they see that, even though they tried to create a blitz off the edge, that's an easy first down.
First down to the 22, underneath Cantrell, with a burst, Cantrell still driving, and he'll get to the 5. Dylan Cantrell has been sensational tonight.
And he's had to be, as QT is out their best offensive player. He will not return. Cantrell is going to have to be the go-to guy, in particular down here inside the 10-yard line. Oklahoma State has got to identify him at all times, because that's where Shimonek's going to want to go with the ball.
First down and goal. They spot it at the 6. Shimonek directing traffic. They hand it to him. Fighting. And he'll go down to the 1-yard line. Nisby held up by Brailford. Second and goal at the 1. Tech quickly to the line of scrimmage. Nisby again. And did he get in? They say he took it away. Or is it a touchdown? Yes, it's a touchdown. Desmond Nisby. And Texas Tech 1 extra point away from leveling this game.
Nisby had a second effort here to get to the goal line, and that ball is clearly across the goal line. He's all the way down before Whitener is able to rip it out. So some confusion there, and we'll see where his knee goes down, and it looked like he was across for what could be the tying score for the Red Raiders.
Remember last year, Texas Tech missed an extra point in the 4th quarter when they had a chance to tie the game. Barton, not this time. 34-34, starting to get interesting on the plains of West Texas. 34-34, fourth quarter, Big 12 football on Fox. Gus Johnson, along with Joel Klatt, we've got the ball game we thought we would have.
I had a hunch, right, leading into this ball game, that we're going to get some sort of shootout, and we've gotten that in some form or fashion. Now, you know, we've seen both defenses come up big, though, at certain times, whether it's been inside the 5 and goal line stands. We've seen the pick 6 from Texas Tech. But ultimately, when you get into games like this, Gus, it comes down to one thing. Which quarterback is going to execute down the stretch? Which one is going to stand up and make the big throws down the field?
We've got two very good ones. Johnson, the deep man. Play fake. Rudolph sets up deep. Over the middle deep. And it's caught by Marcel Aitman.
That's a great ball there from Mason Rudolph, and they're going to have to find a way to get James Washington going. He has not had a catch since the first minute of the second quarter. He had 7 for 92 yards to that point. Huge first quarter. He's been shut out since.
Washington, the receiver at the top of your screen, guarded by Fields. Fields has had his number in the second half. Rudolph looks that way, throws that way, caught. Washington finds a crease, and Rudolph put it on him.
If you're going to go down, you go down with your best. I love the play call. I love the decision from Mason Rudolph. As a great ball on target for a first down.
A gain of 20. First and 10. Rudolph out of the pocket, dumps it off. And it's complete to Hill, and he goes down immediately.
Texas Tech wanted a hold there on Marcus Keys, the left guard. As it looked like Broderick Washington was the man that was bearing down on Mason Rudolph in the backfield and made him exit the pocket.
17th career game with 300 or more passing yards for Mace. 2nd and 8 at the 34. Rudolph to throw it over the middle, caught again in a first down, but a flag on the play as McCleskey makes the reception.
Prior to the pass, holding defense number 3 on an eligible receiver. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Take the first down, and what has been working, Gus, is all the in cuts, whether it's a slot receiver or an outside receiver, the slants, the deep ins, those over routes over the middle. That's where Oklahoma State is making all their money right now.
First down to 10 of the 23. Rudolph running the football with room. Another first down as he falls at the 10 in front of Dorsey.
Well, he's just thought of as such a non-threat as a runner that the Texas Tech defense is not respecting him at all. He gives that fake, and it's wide open.
Here's another first down. Now Hill cuts it back, and he's dragged down inside the Tech 5.
Yeah, what a great series here for Oklahoma State. A couple of great passes by Mason Rudolph in big situations, including that long third down conversion on a completion to James Washington. They're primed here for a score.
Second down and goal at the 4-yard line after the 6-yard gain. Hill cuts it back. Submarines and falls at the 1. Dakota Allen with first contact. Third down goal.
Here you go. This is the snap here. This is going to tell you everything you need to know about the will of your football team on either side. Your Oklahoma State, do you have the will to keep this season alive, potentially your playoff hope alive?
The Texas Tech defense has made some big plays in this area. Third and goal at the 2. High snap. Rudolph runs it, and he won't get in. So now the Cowboys have a decision to make, and here comes a field goal unit. with 6 minutes to play.
And remember, Gus, the center, Brad Lundblade, he left the game with an injury, and this is a backup. Johnny Wilson got his first start a week ago against TCU. Now in his second game, he's in at center, and that's what caused that play to go wrong.
Matt Amendola 2 for 3 tonight. This one from 19 yards away.
Missed it from 19 yards. Unbelievable. Texas Tech will take over. 5:30 to go.
Elated on the Texas Tech sideline. Oklahoma State can't believe it. And that's the reason, if you're Mike Gundy, you take a delay a game. Remember, we've seen Cliff Kingsbury twice tonight about that spot on the field. Take a delay a game, Gus, in order to get a better angle for the short field goal. There, Amendola is forced to kick the chip shot, 19 yards, and he missed it.
Texas Tech first down and 10. First down. Here comes a blitz. Shimonek throws under pressure. Incomplete. That one thrown high, but TJ Vasher was open.
Here's part of the problem. Texas Tech normally does not rotate their wide receivers. It's the same 4 guys out there, but now with Kiki QT out of the game, they're having to go to their depth, and now TJ Vasher, a redshirt freshman, is getting some time. And Gus, on that last snap, the timing was just a bit off. Vasher was not out of his break when Shimonek expected that. And that's QT on the sideline. Injured a little earlier in this game.
Second and 10 at the 31. Shimonek underneath. Caught. Not enough for the first down for Antoine Wesley. The Tech trying to get to the line of scrimmage quickly. Faced with a 3rd and 4 at their own 37.
Yeah, but an effective play on 2nd and 10 because it creates a shorter yardage situation where a dump down to a back or a short wide receiver, you can still get the conversion.
Oklahoma State with trouble on 3rd down last week against TCU.
Could not get the Frogs off the field. They gave up 11 and 19 3rd down conversions.
3rd and 4. Shimonek underneath again and incomplete. Nobody even close.
And that's the miscommunication. See, this is the issue when you don't rotate as a wide receiver. Vasher just hasn't had the reps in this type of situation to understand the coverage, to drop out of his route. Shimonek clearly expecting something from Vasher that he was not getting, and now Tech will have to punt it away.
Vasher, a freshman from Wichita Falls, Texas. And that brings on the punt team. Panizzalo. The last time he attempted a punt, it was blocked. He'll get this one off. And fair caught at the 20 with 3:22 to go. From the 21. Rudolph. All day to throw the football. Dumps it off. And it's caught by Keenan Brown. And Brown picks up 3.
Yeah, great coverage there from Jordan Brooks. He was the one that made the tackle. Fast player, just a sophomore. Played all year last year as a true freshman. From Houston, 6'1", 240 pounds. And he'll be in the crosshairs now because they have worked that middle of the field all day long.
2nd down and 7 at the 24. They'll run it. Hill. And knocked out of bounds. Loncel Gilmore knocks him out of play after another 3-yard gain. Clock stops at 2:44.
Gus, here you go. 3rd down opportunity. We led with the defense coming in for Texas Tech. They've been pretty good tonight. as advertised. Not a great defense, but good enough at times with a chance to get off the field.
They make it 3rd down and 5 at the 26. Washington, the receiver, at the top of your screen. Rudolph fires down the field. 8-man! What a catch! Marcel 8-man ripped that ball down like he was a rebounder. A gain of 26 and a 1st down over Octavius Morgan.
That's what 6'4", 220 pounds will do for you. Just a 50-50 ball. Mason Rudolph just gave his player a chance, and 8-man came down with it.
8-man, 6 catches, 114 yards. 1st down. At the Tech 48, play fake, Rudolph. Far side, caught. Washington, stiff arm, dragged down from behind, and that might be a flag if it's a horse collar.
Yeah, I thought it certainly was. Fields, who's played a terrific game out there at the corner position, just a redshirt freshman, as he was trying to get Washington down to the ground, clearly had a hold of that back of the jersey in that neck area.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 23. That 15-yard penalty that we added to the end of the run. 1st down.
I didn't see the face mask there, but he clearly does have a hold of him there, and he had him on the back of the jersey as well. I thought either of those could have been called.
So already, Oklahoma State in field goal range, or are they? Amendola has missed a 22-yarder and a 19-yarder. He's 2 for 4, 1st and 10 at the 18. Will Mike Gundy trust it? Is the big question if he has to.
Now they're letting the clock bleed a little bit.
They get it away. Rudolph, quarterback draw, and he'll go down at the 16. 2nd down and 8 at the 16. Rudolph runs it, gets to the line, touchdown, Cowboys! The 2nd rushing touchdown of the game for Mason Rudolph, and Oklahoma State takes a 40-34 lead.
You're going to have 4 Texas Tech players that get stuck with their eyes in the wrong direction. You've got corners that are in man-to-man. The defensive end goes way down with the running back. The safety also gets stuck with his eyes in the backfield, and there is no one left for Mason Rudolph.
Amendola for the extra point. And it's good. 41-34, 1:12 remaining. Here comes Texas Tech. They'll get the football back with 2 timeouts. Welcome back to Lubbock. 41-34. Mason Rudolph has used his legs tonight, scoring 2 rushing touchdowns. As you take a look at the drive.
6 plays, 79 yards, just over 2 minutes. Rudolph with that big run.
So Amendola sends it away. And he keeps this one deep in the end zone for touchback from the 25. Shimonek in trouble, throws, and out of bounds. With 1:06 to go. Joel, quickly, when he looks to the line of scrimmage after breaking the huddle with the play, what's happening there?
Well, he's looking over to the play caller, Cliff Kingsbury. He's trying to get them into the right play. The problem is that Shimonek keeps looking to Vasher, the most inexperienced wide receiver in the game. What did Mason Rudolph do on a big 3rd down? He went to James Washington. This is a place where Dylan Cantrell has got to be your featured wide receiver.
2nd down and 10. Shimonek steps up in the pocket, wants to throw, does. And it's caught by Wesley. 58 seconds to go. Texas Tech close to midfield now after the 25-yard gain.
A lot of time left, 2 timeouts, 54 seconds now.
First down, Shimonek. Lets it go. And out of bounds.
Great coverage down the field by Oklahoma State. Those big defensive linemen trying to get after Shimonek, who's buying just enough time. That was DeQuinton Osborne, number 91, who was applying the pressure to Shimonek. Just had nowhere to go with the ball.
Texas Tech with 2 timeouts left. Oklahoma State has 1. 2nd and 10 at midfield. Shimonek dancing. Shimonek looking. And he'll just throw it out of bounds again. Good coverage by the Cowboy defense. Darian Daniels with pressure, and that's 3rd and 10.
You know, you got to think about running that ball if you're Nik Shimonek, trying to pick up positive yardage and stay out of this longer yardage situation where you're going to have to get routes down the field completed for Cliff Kingsbury. The coverage right now for Oklahoma State, they are rushing 3, they are dropping 8 in coverage, and that's why there's nowhere to go with the football for Shimonek.
3rd down and 10. Shimonek with time, bouncing around, throws, incomplete. Willie's the intended receiver. Trey Flowers got a hand on it. And that brings up 4th down and 10 with 23 seconds to go.
This is where the injury to QT is so big, because he's the guy that understands space more than any wide receiver in the game. Right now, the wide receivers are not understanding which zones to hook up in, and this drop 8 coverage is confusing them as they make their way down the field.
And 4th and 10.
Looks like they're going to bring the pressure here, try to force the ball out of Shimonek's hands quickly.
Tech trying to stay alive. They need this one. Here's Shimonek under pressure. Broken up and incomplete. Flowers breaks it up. And Texas Tech turns it over on downs with 18 seconds remaining.
What a stand from this Oklahoma State defense. And Flowers, who drops the interception, is going to get down and give the rest of the DBs 10 for the drop ball. That's a great stand for this defense. Shimonek trying to go right down the seam. There was pressure. Oklahoma State brought the blitz. And Flowers in perfect position to bat it down and win the game for the Oklahoma State Cowboys and keep this season alive. Big 12 hopes alive, playoff hopes alive for Mike Gundy, Mason Rudolph, and Oklahoma State.
Happy Mason Rudolph. He has thrown 3 touchdowns. He ran in another 2. And Rudolph snaps it, takes a knee. With 13 seconds left. And that is your ball game. Oklahoma State will improve to 4-1 as they defeat Texas Tech on the road 41-34. The 9th straight time that the Cowboys have defeated the Red Razor.
You talk about surviving on the road if you're Oklahoma State.
And right now, our Jenny Taft is standing with Coach Gundy.
Well, Coach, it wasn't always easy, but you found a way to get it done on the road. How pleased are you with the way your team finished this one out?
Well, with all the ups and downs in the game, I was really proud of how we finished. Defense made some stops in the end. They were rolling pretty good on us, and we made a couple adjustments, and then the offense was able to put a drive together. You know, it's always this way when Oklahoma State plays Tech, but, you know, we have to give them credit. They played a really good game, and we were able to overcome, you know, quite a few mistakes in the kicking game.
What what can you say about the leadership from Mason Rudolph? 5 touchdowns tonight. I mean, he had 2 on the ground there. What did he do for your team?
Well, he stays in there and plays hard. You know, he overthrew the outcut early and threw the pick, and he didn't let it phase him. So I was really proud of our coaching staff and really proud of the resiliency with our team. And that's a good win. You know, in this league, when you go on the road and win, it's never easy.
And the Big 12 championship, I know it remains a goal for you guys. What improvements do you still need to see?
Well, we need to improve in the kicking game a little bit. We got to be better on kickoffs. We got to cover better. Amendola will be fine. He got a little shaken there, but in the end, he came back and made that PAT.
All right, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
The Red Raiders lose their first game of the year, but they look better, especially on defense. That wraps it up from here in Lubbock. For Joel Klatt and Jenny Taft, I'm Gus Johnson saying so long and good night.